Good morning, everyone. This is Celso Batalha, Evergreen Valley College, and I will be teaching this summer session, Introduction to Astronomy. It's all packed in 6 weeks. All the mysteries and unknowns of this universe you're going to be learning and pretty much be exposed to in the next few weeks. What I would like to do in this orientation, and might take, I don't know, between 15 and 30 minutes, is just to go through the course and give you an overview of the course itself as it appears in Canvas and what you should be doing on a regular basis in order to be successful and pass this course. Um, Before I start, I know I'm trying to get a little some rough start just to get you all kind of shaky with the amount of load that is ahead of you. And it is true, it's a lot of work to be done, but it can be done. And in my experience, intercession, which is packed in 4 weeks, by the way, and summer, which is um, 15 to 16 weeks, is packed in 6 weeks. Um, Both intersection and summer are the sections that I get the highest score. It seems that it's a combination of you guys being motivated and you need the class and you can focus better with also the fact that you are every day doing a little bit of work on the subject, and so you sink more into the subject itself and you become more aware of details that otherwise you would escape if you do a little bit of work every week. And that's what regular students enrolled in semester-wide courses do. They they have other classes also being taken, and in general, the average is not that as good as it is in summer intersection. So just to let you know, it's a lot, but you can do it, and the course itself is manageable. So let me, if you don't know anything about Canvas. Oh, by the way, so if you are seeing this orientation, it's because you know how to access Canvas, but I will go there anyways. So if you go to, there are several ways of finding. You can go to your course webpage, and then in the right hand side, there is a link to Canvas right here, right? And then you go here, and then you are in your course. If your computer knows your username and password, if it doesn't know, um, you have all the instructions here, right? So you have to your username is the first two letters of your first name, first two letters of the last name, last 4 digits of your student ID. Anytime you have any problem, don't forget you can call this number and send an email to help desk, and they will quickly help you, even in the summer, which is pretty cool. I prefer to go straight there, so I just go SJCCD instructor and I punch my username and password, and I'm there. So once you're there, find your course, and we are Astronomy 10, 202. Click on it, and that's what you should see. So let me show the course as a student so that you will be seeing what I'm seeing. So when you bring the course in, I have some welcome stuff over here, and um, you should do orientations. If you go to the course overview in this button over here, it's gonna take you to the syllabus of this course, what it is, our outcome, and the course content. Look at all of this. My goodness, that's a lot. So you're going to be learning a little bit of ethnoastronomy, which means where all this concept of astronomy came. I mean, astronomy and astrology are completely different things. Don't ever um, call me a professor of astrology. I don't know anything about astrology. I know something about astronomy, and I can share with you. But astrology is a different ball game, and it was it became a religious aspect in some culture. Um, Today is seen more like a pseudoscience. It has aspects of science because of the math and the graphic and the charts, but it's not scientific. And as you learn the course, you will understand why. We have we have some software that can expose you to that subject. But that's how we start. We start with historical astronomy, then we go to the properties of light, and then we try to learn the basic sky motions that we are pretty much exposed to, um, and then a brief survey of what's going on in the solar system. Stars, they come and go. By the way, nothing is eternal in this universe, and stars are no exception. But stars has they have a very important um, role in the universe, and especially for living organisms. They produce atoms, these little particles that make up everything, make up the solid world that we see around us, and also the constituents of our body cells. So, which means life couldn't exist without atoms, and the universe, as we know, wouldn't exist without atoms. And most of atoms come from stars. So, stars produce the building blocks upon which we reside and we live. So if you look around yourself, for example, I'm in a room here, so I'm looking around myself. I see walls, I see wood, I see all kind of things. All of that, the material came from stars that no longer exist. This is in itself is some takeaway from this course that I would like you to pay attention to. And then we finish this course with galaxies, and galaxies are complex structure with hundreds of billions of stars. And we live in one of these galaxies called Milky Way galaxy, and a brief overview of how the universe start and which ideas we have and we nurtured describing how the universe is gonna go. That's cosmology basically. Good thing about this course, the book is free, so you can download the book from here. You can read online. You can do whatever is convenient. Most of the students that have gone through this course, they prefer to read it as we go, and I show you how that works. Code of conduct, especially for my online students, I would ask you to not copy and paste from internet in our discussion sections. I zero the discussion and I don't allow you to open again. You are a college student. If you want to kind of borrow ideas that are going on elsewhere in your discussion, you can do that. But write with your own wordings. Do not copy and paste because this is a big no-no. If you think you are going to be involved in science, please read this, especially if you ever thought about getting a PhD in astronomy or physics or planetary sciences or engineering, but related to astronomy, just talk to me. There are good money out there for this type of students, and you have everything that's going to happen in this course right here listed all the way to the end, which is July 23rd, effective July 24th. Okay, so that's the course outline or syllabus. The other link will take to who I am. Take a look there. And the last link is the modules. Modules are the important part of this course. Um, I divided the course in units. There are 5 units, and they are Unit 0, This is if you haven't had any introduction to Canvas up to now. Um, Mandatory assessment is the orientation. The orientation video, this video over here, I'm taping now. So once I'm taping, I'm gonna plug it right here, and I'll put a link to it once you open the course. So once you receive, you are receiving some announcement. So when you receive the announcement, there will be a link to this orientation. You can click on it, and if the video is already processed, you should be able to see it. In fact, if you are hearing me now, it's because the video was processed. Um, the first unit with the content has the due date in there, right? So before, let me start here. How the grading scale goes. The grading scale is this. Um, you have self-tests, you have midterms, and you have discussions. So those are the three assessments that are mandatory in this course, right? So keep in mind, midterms, 50% of your course grade, 50, half, will come from midterms. Discussion, put another 20%, which altogether made 70%. And the self-test goes 30%. So let me take the student view and show how these numbers are divided. So discussion 20%, and we have scheduled 4 discussions. So you can't see this um, as a student, so I'm opening as instructor. Self-tests, there are several, and basically every day you have 10 questions you have to answer. They are multiple choice, and they are based on the subject of that particular day or 2 days, and it's a total of 30% of your course grade. And then your midterms is 50%. The final exam is comprehensive, but the final exam is an extra credit, right? So all these midterms, they are proctored, which means either you come and take this midterm with me in room SA1105, and I'm scheduling them for Mondays at 4 o'clock. So if you wanna do these midterms with me, just meet me at 4 o'clock in room SA115, and then I will proctor the exam for you. But you can do at home. So to do exam at home, first of all, you have to be in a room without any other person. You cannot browse around. You can have one page of notes that you are going to show to a camera that is in your computer, and you have to have a Google browser called Proctorio installed in your machine. So basically, Proctorio is a Google extension, which means you have to have a Google Chrome to activate, that allows um, your camera and your microphone to be uh, accessed, and and then and then while you do the exam, you're gonna be pretty much on camera. Most of the students are okay with that. Some students are not, and if you are not, you have to um, do the exam with me in room SA1105. So email me if you have any question, and I will be glad to explain it to you. You can also go to the tutoring center, but if you choose to go to the tutoring center, you have to uh, let me know first of all, and has you have to have William Nguyen, which is the coordinator of tutoring center, know at least 48 hours before the exam, and you have to make arrangement with him because he's not there all the time. Okay, so again, with midterms, they are proctored. You can either do with me on Mondays at 4 o'clock, or with William Nguyen in the tutoring center also Monday So it can't be any other day. If it goes in another day, the universe will crash and will start collapsing and we all die. So you gotta make sure that you reserve Monday to do your midterm. And midterms, there will be two attempts. And when you pull up the attempts, you not necessarily will see the same question. So basically, um, midterms is 50%. Let me take this away. Just let me fix this. Edit. So those are extra credits. Extra credits I don't add to your grade until the end of the course. So 50% is midterm, 30% is self-test, and 20% that makes 80%. So 100%. So let me go back to the settings and put myself as a student and go back to the course. So there you go. So as I was saying, the course is divided in modules, and the first module, which is comprised this first week of class, is closing on Sunday, right? Except for the midterm, which is going to be on Monday. So it's all there. I'm putting the closing day of all these self-tests on 23rd, but if you try to do them on the weekend, I mean, you can. I mean, I'm not saying that you cannot, but then you have a heck of a reading to do, a heck of a understanding to assimilate, and that's too much. I do not recommend that. I recommend that you, for instance, work on self-test number one on Monday, which means tomorrow. Today is Sunday, and Tuesday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday you finish up what was left in test one, and then go to test two. Anyway, there are five attempts per each self-test. So we have up to five to be happy with the answers, um, and then and then that's it. So and then you can use them to kind of organize your thoughts for the midterm. Exactly. Midterm is on Monday, and discussion. Discussion is the first discussion is all about dark matter and dark energy, which is a subject we're going to be pretty much covering towards the end of the course. But the idea is go to the news, see what is being said about dark matter and dark energy, and then start posting. So every time you put a post, you get some extra points up to 10, right? So the more you work, better for your grade, and the more work I have to do, by the way. So unit number one, and then unit number two, which is more about light and telescopes. Number three is about stars and planetary systems, and then number four is stellar evolution, and number five is cosmology and galaxies. So that's pretty much the course. I will have um, office hours every day, which means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Not every day. So Monday through Thursday at zoom.us. So what you do, you come here to the left-hand side. See this link, Zoom, click on it. Oh, you still can see it. Okay, let me get out of here. And when you click on the Zoom link, you see, for instance, Tuesday. I don't have office hours on Monday because we're going to be opening the course. I will have the face-to-face orientation, which you don't need to go, but you should, in case you need some more support on Canvas. Orientation is Monday at 4 p.m. in room SA115. You don't need to go, but you can if you want to just chat with me. And but see, every night 7 to 8 p.m. click on this link, and then you should be in the chat room, and then I will be there, and I can answer questions or something. So sometimes I tape lectures, and then I upload them, but not all the time. So, but sometimes I do. If I feel the class needs, I will do that. Okay. Now, I guess those are the basic issues um, that I would like to show it to you. As a student, let me show you this again. Make sure that you look on the right hand side. So everything that is closing appears in here. So you can either orient yourself in your to-do list, right? Or you can also use calendar. So you click on the calendar, everything appears in there. Everything, when the closing dates and assignments are. So you go to July. How come? Oh, okay, June, July. There you go. And then everything is in there. Okay. And pretty much that's it. So let me know if you need anything or it's not clear, and I will be glad to talk to you. Okay, bye.